Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So here I am sitting in front of the 240, and about a month and a half ago I emptied everything out of the tank, the hardscape, most of the plants. There's still a few plants in there, but nothing major, because everything was covered in blue-green slime algae. It looked terrible. The fish looked great, but the tank looked terrible. Well, now it's almost under control. There's still one really bad spot, but I can't stand looking at this tank anymore. I've been spending a lot of time out in the garage, and I just need to make this tank look better. So that's what I'm going to work on now. We're going to throw a basic scape together, some plants, some wood, whatever I can find. Just make it look a little better since, you know, I do spend a lot of time out here and it would be nice to have a good looking tank out here. Alright, so just to get you up to speed here, you can see most of the blue-green algae is gone completely on this side. And we start to get in on it. Here is little Steen. And then we just have this really bad clump right here. And then also on the glass. So I'm going to just siphon the rest of that out. Use the acrylic mag float here to clean off this front panel. Yeah, now you can really see how bad it is right here. For some reason, it's still thriving right underneath the flow. You can see how much flow I got here, and it doesn't seem to bother this stuff at all. So flow, apparently not helpful when it comes to this blue-green slime. Watch out, dude, coming through. And of course this side, a very little flow over here and no algae problems whatsoever. So hopefully the pleco is not in this piece of wood. That's why I couldn't take it out last time. There's an adult bristlenose pleco that hangs out in there. And as long as he's not in there, I'll be able to take that out. I tried to get him out last time, but he bunkers in pretty hard in there, so we'll see. Well, so far I don't see him in here. So we might be safe to pull this out for now. And of course he's in there. There he is. Right there. It's actually really hard to get him out of here. I'm gonna give him a minute and see if he'll actually come out on his own. If you're wondering why I'm not just gonna grab him out of here, it's because he will bunker in hard with his whiskers and it's almost impossible to pull him out with his bristles and his whiskers and everything in there stabbing into the wood. You can't pull him out. Also, you don't have to worry, a lot of people don't know this, but ancistrus plecos can breathe oxygen when they're out of the water. As long as they stay wet and they don't dry out, they can be out of water for actually pretty long periods of time. So I just had to walk away for a second. He did drop out. There, well, she dropped out. There she is right there. So now I just got to vacuum out this little patch of blue-green algae. Alright, so we got a complete mess in this tank now. I mean, honestly, it doesn't look any worse than before. But the blue-green algae is gone. Now to throw in, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. So I did take out the spray bar up here in the corner. Now it just drops straight down. I just wasn't liking the spray bar. I could probably rebuild it, but it was shooting water up towards the top here. And you know, I was getting out and kind of sprinkling around everywhere. And it didn't really seem to matter what I did because this is all bowed, the tops are bowed. So I just took off the spray bar, no big deal. Now it just drops straight down, which is why there's kind of a divot back there. But I think I want to add like some kind of rock pile back there and give that pleco a really good place to hide. You can see, here's all the plants down here, the jungle val that I got from Mike over at Fish Tank Barn. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And that's what I'm going to work on. I'm going to grab some pieces of wood and see what I can come up with. Alright, so here's my piece of wood. This arching, huge piece of manzanita driftwood. Well, it's 3 pieces screwed together. And then I have this piece here, but I don't think I'm going to use that one. This nice big arch I think will look good. I'll probably put it right in the middle. I know that's like a no-no in aquascaping. You don't want to center anything, but you know what? I don't really care about that. I think it'll look good right in the middle. The hard part is going to be getting it in here because this tank has really small holes, so I don't know how I'm going to do this. Alright, there it is. That was actually way easier than I thought it would be, and we can't really see because of the reflection and the glare and the dirty water. Now I just got to get my stack of rocks over here and we'll be pretty much good to go. Alright, checking back in. I got the rock pile done. Now, I'm not in love with this. It's not even really a rock pile. They're all just standing straight up. Does not look natural at all, but I still kind of like it. But I'm not in love with it. I don't know. But I'm really digging this piece of wood here right in the middle. Now, unfortunately, I ordered a bunch of needle leaf Java fern, and they were out of stock of all of it. So I wanted to line this thing with needle leaf and some Anubias. So it's going to be a while before we get that thing planted up. Unfortunately, yeah, there's just nothing I can do about it. But for all this open space here, that's what all this jungle val is going to be for. And it's been down here a while. Not going to lie, it's been down here for about a month. And it's growing algae. You can see hair algae. There's some moss in here as well. So this should be interesting. I'm just going to grab a big chunk of it. And yeah, look at all the algae, moss. But you know me, I like that kind of stuff. Just drop it in here. Now we can kind of pick this apart a little. Pull out all of this hair algae, string algae, whatever you want to call it. So this is one of those plants that can definitely die off when introduced to new aquariums. And not necessarily die off, but just take a lot of time to get re-established. Whoa, these ones are about 3 feet long. That's awesome. Just what I need for a 240-gallon tank. All right, let me get you up to speed to where we're at. So I got most of the jungle val planted. All of the jungle val I'm going to plant for now. There's still a little bit down there in the sump. Now, since I took this piece of wood out of the pond, I have infected this tank now with duckweed. So I'm just gonna let this overflow suck it all up. It'll die down here in the sump, no big deal. I'm really liking this. I'm gonna give this a day. Don't worry, I'm not just gonna end the video like I normally would. We're gonna give this a day, well, maybe two, however long it takes to clear up this water so we get a good look at it. Alright, so it is the next day. As you can see behind me, it's looking pretty good. At least I think it looks pretty good for just a couple pieces of wood and some jungle val. I think it actually looks really good. But it's time to feed them, so I'm going to drop in some Hikari Vibrobites and some shrimp for a little Steen, and you know, let's take a look. So I think this turned out pretty dang good. Like I said, not a lot into this scape, but definitely better than it was before. I mean, it couldn't get any worse, right? So I'm going to drop in some Vibrobites for these guys here. You can see I have the shrimp ready. Once little Steen comes over here, he figures out that we are feeding in here. Still having some issues with the blue-green algae, but just got to continue to vacuum that out during our weekly water changes, and that should eventually go away. Come on, dude. You need to come down to this end. Come on, right here. Come on. Alright. Let's see if he'll take the bait. Oh yeah, there he goes. Yoink. So it would focus. There we go. Much better. Swallows the whole thing. He's already ready for another one. Alright, we'll drop in another one for him. Oh, yep. Yoink. Now obviously shrimp is not a primary diet for this dude. He does get a lot of clams, some frozen crayfish. You can see, I mean up from the bottom, clams. The red is all crawdads or crayfish, whatever you want to call them, little pieces that are left over. I'll give him another one here. See if he'll go for it. Oh yeah. So like I said, I really like how this turned out. Hopefully you guys too. His belly's starting to grow. At first, I wasn't really liking this rock pile right here, but now I kind of like it. It's kind of been growing on me. I think I like it. Definitely a lot more than I liked it yesterday. You can see the angels coming out now since we dropped some food in there for him. Of course, the male Honduran red point, forever looking for a mate that he won't have. Poor guy. But I like it. Now I can actually enjoy looking at this tank. I'm looking forward to watching it grow in. Of course, we'll have to drop some fertilizers in there and things like that, but overall, it should be pretty low maintenance. Alright everyone, that's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, this quick little rescape of the 240. It'll be really interesting to watch this jungle ball just grow and carpet this entire tank. It's going to be really cool. So make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell, head on over to SteenfottAquatics.com. We got some fish over there for sale, and I will see you all next time.